Welcome. What I'd like to try to do in this video is to demonstrate how to configure RIP-v1. RIP-v1, very simple protocol. RIP-v1 also not really all that great if you have a large network. Remember, 16 hops becomes infinity, so it's only good for 15 hops. It takes a long time to converge the network because it does broadcasts every 30 seconds and sends information from router to router. So router 6 would send its information to router 5, and then after another 30 seconds router 5 would send router 5's information and router 6's information to 4, and then 4 would send all of the entire route table to router 3, and the entire route table is broadcast in RIP-v1, in RIP itself. With that, it is a simple protocol to configure. Let me drag this down here. We'll go to the command line here. The routers themselves tell the other routers what they know about, and what they know about are the interfaces that are directly connected to them, and only those interfaces. The easy way to find what you're going to advertise when we get into the RIP command is, before we start, let's show IP route. And when we show the IP route, we see that we have two networks directly connected to us. The two networks are the 2 network down here, which could be our private network, and the 20 network between the two routers. I put static IP addresses in here because we are using RIP-v1 for this one. So now we can go into config mode, configure terminal, and then we'll type router RIP. The only thing that we're going to do here is tell it which network to do. We have a number of things that could be configured here, but we're going to advertise networks, and the networks we're going to advertise are the ones up here, the 2 network and the 20 network. So 192.168.2.0, and the only thing that's available after we do that is the carriage return, which means we can't put the subnet mask in. So we had the 2 network and the 20 network that we're going to advertise on this router. We'll go to the next router and do the same thing with it. Show IP route to find out what we're going to advertise, and then we'll go to config T network 192.168.3.0. I guess if we got into router RIP, it would work better, wouldn't it now? Router RIP. So we're going to configure the router, and we'll do network 192.168.3 and 192.168.20 and the 21 network. Go to our next router, same thing. Do show IP. I forgot to show my IP routes. I have no idea without this. Router RIP, because I didn't write them down. So we do the network 192.168.4.0, 21, and 22. Once we've done that, we can go to our end router here, and we're going to advertise its routes. Show IP route, and again, when we do a show IP route, the C's are directly connected to the ones that we're going to tell our neighbor routers what we know about, because that's the only thing that a router really does know. Router RIP 192.168.5.0 and 22.0. The first router should have had a little bit of time to do some convergence, so let's show IP route on it, and we have a number of routers. The R represent RIP route, so it knows how to get to the 3, 4, 5 network, so which means that we should be able to now from the workstation here on this network be able to go in and let's use a trace route, because trace route 192.168.5.2 I believe is where we're going to, right? Can't spell, still can't spell. 22.2. So we got to the end finally, to the 5.2. Network is configured. Again, class full networks are required for RIP v2, and very easy to configure. Limited number of hops, small networks, takes lots of time to converge. So that's it for RIP. With that, I hope this has been useful, and thank you for watching.